Live at 6, a Passover seder is happening in the Dome. We'll have live coverage of the event.
And we talked to the new dean of the education school, find out more about her and why she went to teaching.
And a massive fire explodes in Kentucky and destroys a GE appliance building. We'll have the latest.
Temperatures hit the 60s today, giving us our first real taste of spring. But is the good weather going to stick around?
All that and more. Citrus TV starts right now. Welcome to Citrus TV News Live at 6. Today is Friday, April 3rd. I'm Topher Lane, filling in for Brian Chung.
And I'm Nick Cardona. Hillel at Syracuse University is hosting a Passover seder in the Dome tonight. That is our top story. We'll have we'll have her in the studio. Maria Cinti, who was there at the Dome, will have her in studio later on in the broadcast.
Well, it's that time of year, tax season. As some are racing to get their taxes done, some Whitman students are making the process a little easier. The service hosted by the Beta Alpha Psi gave free tax assistance and answered non-complicated questions about individual federal and New York State tax returns. This service was offered to all who were interested in getting help on filling their tax returns. The Women's Leadership Initiative held its annual luncheon today in Shine Student Center. Guests were treated to lunch and heard from a panel of successful women in Syracuse community. The panel featured Sue Edson, Kimberly Boynton, and Neha Chompra. The initiative wants women to speak openly and candidly with other women about what it means to be a woman in a leadership role. Are you looking for free popcorn, soda, and a movie worth crawling out of bed for? Well, the Division of Student Affairs will be bringing 2 films to campus this weekend. Tonight, watch Michael Keaton attempt to live out his glory days in Birdman. And tomorrow, you won't be able to see American Sniper, but you can catch The Imitation Game starring Benedict Cumberbatch. Doors open at 11:30 and movies begin at midnight in Gifford Auditorium in HBC.
SU's Institute for Veterans and Military Families is being recognized as one of the best of 2014. The New York State Health Foundation released their Best of report, naming SU in the top tier. The IVMF is being lauded for its initiatives in supporting veterans returning from war and also their support for military families. University Union's 2015 SU Block Party tickets are now on sale to the general public. The night begins with rap duo Ray Shremmerd and features EDM artist Kygo and rap legend 50 Cent. Tickets not taken by SU or SUNY ESF students will be sold on Ticketmaster for $30. Doors open at 6:30 on April 24th, and Ray Shremmerd will kick off the show beginning at 7:15. And this brings us to the question of the day. Are you planning on going to the Block Party concert on April 24th? You can answer this question by tweeting us at Citrus TV News with the hashtag CitrusQOTD.
Families and friends of students in the Setner School of Music will now have a high-def look at concerts in the Setner Auditorium. Fast Forward winners worked to replace the cameras and equipment used to film live performances because the old equipment was outdated. Prospective students will also be able to see work done by current students through a live stream. Police are investigating the death of a woman found in a downtown building. She was found inside 136 Walton Street early this morning. Police are not releasing her name right now, but police are unsure of how long the body was left in the building. Some are asking anyone for information to call the police department of Syracuse. University Union hosted their first concert on South Campus on Skybarn last night to a low turnout. The 400-person venue hosted up to as many as 100 students at a time when performers Sweater Betas and Michael Christmas took the stage. The concert was announced only a week before the event, and students had to purchase tickets before attending.
Earlier this semester, the School of Education announced that Jonah Masangila would become its new dean. Citrus TV sat down with her to find out what got her into education and why she decided to become a dean.
Actually, from early on, I wanted to be a teacher. Middle school, but mostly high school, I did well in school, but also particularly maybe in math, which is the area I went into, mathematics education. But my friends would call me in the evening to help them with their homework. They would often say, oh, I understand it a lot better when you explain it, things like that. So when I went to college, I thought, yeah, I wanted to be a mathematics teacher. What I like about mathematics is the problem-solving part of it. I like to try to figure things out. I like puzzles. I like to be given a problem that made me think, made me make a conjecture about something, try it, and then if I couldn't get it, I would try something else. So I like that kind of thing. I like to to persist, and I don't want to be told, oh, this is how you do it. I want to try to figure things out on my own. And my work has been in preparing mathematics teachers, grades 7 to 12. I've had a number of grants that relate to developing multimedia case studies, which involve lessons, films of lessons. And I mean, it's one thing to learn how to teach math. It's another thing to learn how to teach somebody to teach math. So that's the whole development of teacher educators. I didn't start thinking about being dean at all until when our former dean, Douglas Bicklin, was announced that he was stepping down. When we were asked to nominate people, people would tell me, oh, I nominated you for the dean, for the interim dean. So that's when I started thinking about, oh, maybe. You know, I wasn't, you know, like, pick me, pick me. I was just, you know, doing my stuff. But once I got in the job, I found that I really liked it. I really liked working with my colleagues, my faculty and staff colleagues, and bringing people together to, you know, move forward in a common vision. We have very strong programs now, I think, articulating how we fit together, because we have had a tagline of a national leader in inclusive urban education. But that doesn't, I think some of the programs that are like not related to teacher education, exercise science or counseling, how do they fit under that? That's what we're really working on, is maybe our umbrella needs to be a bit bigger. So one of my first goals is to have us look at our vision and our mission and re-articulate it so that and have each of the departments and programs articulate how they connect to that.
Coming up next, a GE appliances building in Kentucky.
And new updates on the attack at the Kenyon University. We'll be right back.
It was a beautiful day in Syracuse today. Temperatures reached the 60s. Right now it's 57 degrees in Syracuse. Mostly cloudy skies, but the sun is peeking through a little bit. Find out what you can expect tonight and later this week in my full weather forecast. Citrus TV will be right back.
Every proper bear knows that the right fit means everything. Especially when it comes to car seats.
Oh, really? I just did what any bear would do.
So know for sure that your child is in the right car seat for their age and size.
I like it.
To learn more, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
Oh, hello there. Oh,
Where's that bear?
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
The fire that destroyed a GE appliance building down in Louisville has been contained, and they announced that they are stopping production for the next week. The 4-alarm fire required multiple dispatchers and crews to tackle the engulfed building. GE said that there were no injuries, but reports show that employees evacuated the building as the fire began. The city received more than 6 inches of rain overnight, however, it has not been confirmed to be the cause of the fire. A student has come forward claiming responsibility of hanging a noose made of rope at Duke University on Thursday. The student has not been identified, and officials are still trying to determine if any other students are responsible. Thousands of students and faculty members rallied at the Duke Chapel on Wednesday in an effort to fight the hateful and racist act. This incident follows a series of racist acts at other universities, including the racist chant at the University of Oklahoma last month.
New Jersey Senator Robert Menendez pleaded not guilty to the 14 criminal charges placed against him Thursday. This includes 8 counts of bribery and his dealings with a close associate. During a press conference on Wednesday, Menendez maintained his innocence and stated that prosecutors aren't able to distinguish the line between friendship and corruption. And 2 women were arrested today for planning to bomb New York City. American citizens Noel Valencias and her roommate, Asia Sidique, were caught by the FBI earlier this week developing plans to build explosive devices similar to the ones used in the Boston Marathon bombing. Both claimed to be citizens of the Islamic State. Valencias remarked that she couldn't understand why international ISIS members were traveling overseas to wage jihad when they simply could start their acts, quote, right at home.
Al-Shabaab militants stormed Garissa University College in Kenya on Thursday, killing 147 students. Authorities said the gunmen went room to room targeting Christian students and shooting most of the victims in the back of the head. An unknown number of students were taken hostage, and this is the same group that attacked one of Kenya's biggest malls in 2013. This is the worst terrorist attack on the country since 1998, raising concerns over the strength of the nation's security. A proposed framework for the Iran nuclear deal has finally been announced Thursday. The outline would force Iran to reduce its supply of low-enriched uranium by 98% and scale back large numbers of its centrifuges. In return, the United States and European Union would lift some of the economic sanctions still imposed on the country's economy. The international community is applauding Iran's Foreign Minister Mohammad Zarif for being an important bridge between Iran and the rest of the representative countries throughout the process. However, not everyone is happy. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has openly expressed his discontent of the framework's demands.
This deal would pose a grave danger to the region and to the world, and would threaten the very survival of the State of Israel. The deal would not shut down a single nuclear facility in Iran, would not destroy a single centrifuge in Iran, and will not stop R&D on Iran's advanced centrifuges.
Some new information on the Germanwings flight tragedy. French investigators recovered the second of 2 black boxes of crashed Germanwings plane yesterday. Initial analysis reveals that the co-pilot Lubitz purposely sped up the plane's descent, crashing the plane and killing all on board. German prosecutors also disclosed that a tablet device found at the co-pilot's home revealed that he researched suicide and cockpit door security methods just days before the incident.
Well, I don't know about you, Nick, but I was actually bringing out the shorts today as temperatures reached into the 60s.
I did the same thing. It's going to stick around. Is it going to stick around? Citrus TV's Josh Bazan is here to give us a full forecast. Josh, what's going on?
That's right, guys. We've seen warmer than average temperatures both today and yesterday, but sadly, they're not going to stick around. Let's take a look at what's going on outside in Syracuse right now. Relatively warm out at 57 degrees. It's also calm out. No rain and only a little bit of wind to worry about. The skies are mostly cloudy. As we look across the northeast, you'll see the strip of cold temperatures out here to our west. That's actually going to push its way into Syracuse tonight. We're into our neighborhood later tonight, so we're going to keep an eye out on that for you. This is a look at the live radar. This here is a storm system that's working its way into central New York. It's actually strengthening right now, and it should hit Syracuse later tonight. As for what exactly that's going to look like for us, so that storm system that's working its way in and those cold temperatures are going to mix, causing some problems. We'll be dealing with some rain showers earlier in the night, but with a temperature of 33 degrees, it's going to turn into a mix of rain and snow after midnight. Taking a look at the traffic in Syracuse right now, no problems around the city, but if you're traveling northbound on 81, there's some road work near Brewerton that has the left-hand lane closed, so keep an eye out for that. The 5-day forecast shows we're heading into a stretch of cold and wet weather. On Saturday, it's going to be windy with snow showers mainly in the morning. Chance for flurries later on in the day, a high of 37 with some sun shining through. There's a slight chance of snow showers overnight on Monday. On Sunday, we've got a 70% chance of snow showers in the morning. Those could become rain showers as the day goes on, with a high of 39. On Monday, there's a mix of rain and snow showers early. That's going to transition into just rain showers later in the day. As for Tuesday, Wednesday, we've got highs in the mid-40s with some rain showers.
Thanks, Josh. So you mentioned that we're going to get some snow. Is that going to add up to anything, or is it just going to kind of be like a light dusting? What do you think?
It depends on where you are. In Syracuse, it's probably just going to be an inch or less of accumulation, and it's also because of the changing temperatures. It's going to be wet and sloppy, so that's going to make the roads a little bit more dangerous.
All right, Josh Brazon, thanks so much. Coming up next, the latest job report shows some slowing down.
And a favorite sitcom is coming back. Don't pick up that remote.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
I grew up in the housing projects of Cleveland. I didn't even know that life could be any better than it was. Education for me has been a way to get away from the agony of what was normal life. I want to be able to impact the community, not just look back on where I came from, but to reach back to where I came from and pull some people up with me. My name is David, and I am your dividend.
How you doing? My name's Steve. My family's lived in this neighborhood for years. Recently, things got so tight, we had to go to our local food bank for help. I lost a lot of sleep worrying about what the neighbors might think. That is until I saw them there, too. How'd I do, Steve?
A little stiff. You could have done a little better.
What? Come on. You know, I have an Academy Award.
Yeah, but not for playing me.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
All right, Citrus TV's Maria Cinti is here. She was at the Dome with the Hillel Seder going on right now. Tell us more about it. What's going on?
Sure. So there are many events going on right now at the Dome. There's a religious service, there's the actual dinner itself, and then later on there will be a hunt for the Afikomen. The Hillel Center is hosting this event, and I got to speak with Zach Goldberg, who is the associate programming for that, and this is what he had to say.
Of the holiday of Passover. Tonight is the first of two seders. We do them the first and second night. Seder just being the traditional ceremony slash dinner slash a bunch of other things that we use to start off the holiday. So one of the highlights of the Seder for most people comes right after dinner, and it is the hunt for the Afikomen. Afikomen translates to dessert. Essentially what it is not really what we would consider dessert. It's just a piece of matzah. But what happens is it's hidden, and you can't continue the Seder until it's found. So we will be having what we've claimed is the largest simultaneous hunt for the Afikomen in America.
So a lot of people expecting to be there. So what's the actual number? What are they thinking? How many people are going to show up?
Well, they're thinking that about 530 people are going to show up, which is the most that they have ever had at that event. And yeah, there are many more events that are going on throughout the evening, and the people there are including not only SU students, but the people in the broader Syracuse community as well.
All right, Citrus TV's Maria Cinti, thank you so much. Now, the American Pharmacists Association now bans all members from participating in lethal injections. They voted last night at the end of their annual meeting to adopt the policy.
A spokeswoman said the move is in response to the multiple death penalty cases in which lethal injections proved to be inhumane and the convicts suffered for extended lengths of time before passing away. The last Labor Department report shows a slowing of U.S. employment with only 126,000 jobs added, the fewest since 2013.
Now, analysts are blaming the extreme weather in the Northeast as well as the plunge of oil for this drop in employment. The unemployment rate still holds at 5.5% as more people left the labor force. Now, the online gaming service OnLive, whose goal was to revolutionize gaming, will be shutting down on April 30th after falling into a large debt crisis. But their innovative gaming tech won't go to waste.
Sony Entertainment is buying various assets of the company, including 140 patents for cloud gaming services. OnLive is no longer accepting new signups, and current subscribers will be refunded charges made after March 28th. Netflix is considering a remake of the 90s sitcom Full House called Fuller House. The spin-off would star Candace Cameron Bure, the eldest daughter DJ Tanner, and Andrea Barber, her best friend Kimmy.
Now, other original castmates could make guest appearances. Netflix is close to funding 13 episodes produced by the show's original creator, Jeff Franklin, and past cast member John Stamos. Here's Seth with sports.
Coming up in sports, we'll recap the Syracuse lacrosse game where one SU player had a career day with 5 goals, and women's lax takes on Virginia Tech. All that and more. Stay with us on Citrus TV.
I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does.
And like that, you're a job creator.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
When I get all steamed up, then I shout.
Tip me over and pour me out. Oh. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Cheers. Take time to be a dad today.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
After losing its first game of the season against Notre Dame last week, Syracuse lacrosse hosted 9th-ranked Albany on Thursday. Albany is the #1 scoring offense in the league, led by that man #4 right there, Lyle Thompson. And things got started off. Kevin Rice there, #2, with a diving goal. That's a 2-2 score, tied up with 8 minutes left in the first quarter. But Lyle Thompson wasn't having much of that. He scores there to make it 3-3, an unassisted goal with 5 minutes left in the first. And Jordan Evans there for the Q, scoring with just a minute left in the first, tied up again at 4-4. And that's Henry Schoonmaker with the running goal. He had 5 goals on the day. That's a career high. That puts the Orange up 12-7. Here's an interesting play. Blaze Reardon, the goalie for Albany, makes a save, tries to bring the ball up, but gets called for a foul there, and the Orange are able to pass it up, and Kevin Rice scores there on an open net with the goalie out of the cage. That put SU up 13-8. Nicky Galasso scored there with 17-12, and that would be the final score for the Orange, beating #9 ranked Albany. Moving over to women's lacrosse, SU hosts Virginia Tech on Saturday after losing 2 straight to Northwestern and Duke. After a tough schedule in March facing off against 4 top 10 teams, April looks a bit easier with just 1 top 10 team left on the regular season schedule. Virginia Tech is 0-4 in the ACC, and Syracuse leads the all-time series with the Hokies 5-0. And the annual tradition continues Saturday. The Orange spring football game kicks off at 1 p.m. Fans will get a chance to see a preview of what next year's team will look like. The regular season will kick off September 4th against Rhode Island. Trell Hunt and Scott Schaefer say they're excited to showcase all they've worked on so far in the offseason.
You know, all the improvements we've been working on, and myself and the team, and just go out there and just play football.
I can't wait to get, you know, some of the students and some of the people from Syracuse out to the game and, you know, kick it off and finish up spring ball.
With 7 games left, the Syracuse Crunch need just 1 point in the standings to clinch a playoff appearance. The Crunch take on division rival the Hartford Wolfpack. The two teams have already met 7 times this year, and the Crunch leads that matchup 5-2. They've been close games, though 6 of those games were decided by just 1 point. Crunch look to Vladislav Nemesnikov to continue his strong play against Hartford. He's tallied 8 points against them so far this season. And in NBA action, the Knicks and the Nets both take the court tonight. The Knicks are last in the league and really don't have much to play for on the road against the Wizards. The Nets, on the other hand, though, are riding a 5-game win streak that has taken them to the 7th spot in the East. Brooklyn hosts Toronto to try to keep their playoff position alive, with Boston, Miami, Charlotte, and Indiana right on their heels. Those 5 teams are competing for the last 2 spots in the East with just 8 games left.
We'll be right back.
Body language can tell you all sorts of things. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. Face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. Time to call 911 and get them to a hospital immediately. Learn the body language and spot a stroke fast.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
Josh Bazan is back here with a look at the wake-up weather. What are we wearing tomorrow, Josh?
Well, temperatures are going to be in the mid-30s, and the snow's going to be falling when we wake up, so put those shorts back in the drawer, put on some pants, and probably a coat.
Sounds good.
And Seth, let's turn to the NCAA tournament. Final 4, what are your picks?
So Duke is taking on Michigan State. I think the Blue Devils are going to win this one. Michigan State's a good story, a little bit of a Cinderella team, but I think their luck is up. And on the other side, Kentucky, Wisconsin. I'm going to take the underdog in this one. I got the Badgers. I'm taking Wisconsin to win it all over Duke in the final.
All right. Now, a Price is Right model accidentally gave away a $22,000 car to a contestant on the show. Oprah has caught wind of this and is looking at ways to top it.
And Benedict Cumberbatch is thought to be a delicious hunk of man. Now he's available in chocolate form. Made from 500 Belgian chocolate bars, binging on Benedict has a whole new meaning.
And it's a battle of the ice cream trucks. No charges have been filed between Snow Cone Joe and Mr. Dingaling, 2 prominent ice cream truck companies in Gloversville, New York. This brings a brand new meaning to We All Scream for Ice Cream.
And finally, a high schooler has made headlines for rejecting her rejection letter to Duke University, saying that she will be attending this fall. Just goes to show you that there are unfortunately people who want to go to Duke.
Goodbye.